Pretty cool. All right, so it is 9:22 p.m. Says we have 200 miles of range, estimated 76%. Okay, and we're gonna look at the odometer just so we can get some sort of understanding here. 932 miles. So we're gonna find out, and I went ahead and also reset the trip. So we have a trip that's reset here. It says Miami. So from now into wherever we stop for charging, I want to get an idea of how many, based on forecasted miles. If let's say the charger's 100 miles from here, are we going to land at 100 miles till empty? Highly doubtful. We'll probably land at 60 miles or something like that. But I want to get an idea of how that all works. So we're setting sail here. Everything should be good. All right, so a bit of an update here. You can see we've got 168 miles of range left, and we've traveled 32 miles. So that's pretty much perfect, like based on estimates. Remember, I started at 200 miles. I've been rocking chill mode, going between 65 and 75 miles an hour. I just crossed over the Skyway Bridge again. I'm heading down to Fort Lauderdale, Miami area. So again, we're going to check in when we get closer to the supercharger, but so far so good on the mile estimates. Right, so it is 11:09. You can see there we've got 77 miles of range, estimated range left, and we traveled 107 miles. So again, we started at 200. We traveled 107 miles, and that's the number it says. So you can see there we're bleeding some of the estimate, which makes sense. And also, I finally crossed over the 1,000 mile mark. I took delivery of this car in January, so I'm happy to kind of do this road trip here. So we'll see. That last leg there, I was kind of going pretty quick there. Remember, I'm starting up here in Tampa. I came down this way. I haven't obviously charged. We're gonna look to do that next. You can see here all down through Naples. I'm probably gonna go to one of these in here because you can get it at like 20. You see they're like 21 cents a kilowatt hour. So that's probably where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna charge up, and then you gotta cross over Alligator Alley, and then you get over to Fort Lauderdale. But yeah, I was going kind of fast there. I'm noticing that the car gets the best range when you're doing about 60, 65. All right, so we are here in Punta Gorda. We've got 77 miles of range, and we're going to try to get down to this supercharger here in Naples. It is roughly 49 miles away, so I don't see why we shouldn't be able to make it there. And then, right at midnight, starting at 12 midnight, the 21 cent reduced charge basically kicks off. So I'm not going to precondition the battery. When you navigate to the supercharger, almost every time, if you live in, like right now, you can see it's 69 degrees. If you live in like a northern climate, I think that's beneficial to you. But for, like driving, it's going to start the heat pump and whatnot, and it's going to kind of drain more battery as you head into the supercharger. To me, it just seems like an oxymoron, but I'm not I'm not an engineer. But again, we're going to check back in at the supercharger. I just want to show you that it's roughly 50 miles from where I'm sitting right now. My niggas are savage, ruthless. We got better than 100 rounds too. All right, you can see here it's screaming at me. 21 miles till empty. We are going to actually stop at this supercharger, and it's because this one here is literally right off the highway, whereas they're a couple cents cheaper, yes, but I don't want to be driving on. It's already kind of getting late here. It's midnight. I'm trying to get down to Miami here tonight. Probably not going to get there till like 2 or 3 a.m. So we're going to go ahead and charge up there. All right, we've made it here with 16 miles to spare. It's at 6%. So we are right now at the Immokalee, Florida supercharger here. I don't think this is the first time I've taken down the battery this low. But I'm here at the supercharger, so we're good. So our little experiment here, let me see if I can get it to focus. So remember, we started with 200 miles. It's dark here, so it's kind of not picking it up. So 158 plus 16 minus 200. That's basically what the differential was there. So overall, I think that I could have done the 200 miles, but you have to keep the car like between 60 and 65 miles an hour the whole time. And as you can see there, I have mine on chill mode. If you did something like that, I think you probably get 180 to 200. But, you know, if you're trying to keep up with traffic or whatnot, or in my case, you know, just trying to get to the supercharger, you're trying to get to your destination, it just becomes unreasonable at that point. And it's the same thing with a gas car too. You know, if you're, you know, digging into the accelerator, you're going to burn more fuel than if you're, you know, kind of sitting back on cruise control. So it's kind of all relative, but we're going to go ahead and get plugged in here. If we go to the charging, you can see they're $2.04. So the battery, before I picked up on that first video, that first clip, when I showed the 200 miles, before that, the night before, I had it on the charger where I live, and it was at about 61%. I went to the charger this morning for $2.04 and took it up to like 85%. So, I mean, effectively, we've driven close to, 180 miles or so here from Tampa to Naples for about $2. You can't beat that. All right, we're plugged in, and we were just getting 172 kilowatts. I believe that is max. For the LFP. It doesn't last very long. You can see they were already bounced right up to 10%. There is a charger here somewhere on Alligator Alley. Yeah, here you go. So there is a bailout spot. This used to not be here. So you used to have to make sure, you know, between Naples and the East Coast that you had enough charge, but now there's a bailout spot. So it's reminded me to make sure I you know, navigate to supercharger next time. So all right, we'll be back. All right, I'm about to head out of here. Not sure if this is going to be the last little segment or not, but $9.03. This one was 29 cents a kilowatt hour. That other one that I was showing you on the map was 21 cents a kilowatt hour. I mean, if you can get anything, you know, low 20s, sometimes in the teens, I mean, that's pretty good. So you can see here, 156 miles. We've been here, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. I remember when I showed you, it was getting like 172 down to the 160. It tapers down. Like, it keeps going lower and lower and lower. So it's really only makes sense unless you really need the charge to just plug in, stay here for 15 minutes and roll out. It doesn't really make any sense. I see some, even these Uber drivers, like, I don't know, so, you know, to sit here for an hour, because that's kind of what it would take to go all the way to 100 because it gets so slow. It just doesn't make any sense. So I'll go ahead and I'll throw numbers up on the screen just to kind of give everybody an idea. Again, this was just kind of a test to see, you know, based on the estimated mileage, how many miles do you actually get with kind of, you know, normal everyday driving. I drive, you know, normally pretty passively. I did so for about half the ride down here. So 12:23 a.m. Signing off. If you have any comments or questions, if you like this type of stuff, let me know down in the comments below. Leave a like, and we'll talk to everybody next time.